Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I am sitting in a motel room in Rock Hill, South Carolina today on January the 1st, 2021. Wow. Happy New Year's. Of course, this will be going out tomorrow for our Saturday briefing, but I appreciate your prayers. We'll be in the air early on Tuesday morning, heading back to the great NCR, and we're looking forward to it. We've had a great visit with family, and we're hanging around a little longer than we normally would because January the 4th last year, in spite of the crazy year we had a wonderful start with the birth of our probably our last grandchild, a beautiful little girl, Ruby Carolyn, and we want to be here for her first birthday, and so we're hanging around a little longer. But keep us in your prayers. But I hope you guys and gals have had a great Christmas and New Year's Day today. You're experiencing one. And so I want to just give you a quick shout out, and I want to talk about the new year. I remember my last church there at Fort Mill. I went there in the fall, the second Sunday, if I remember correctly, of November 1995. I was a young man. I was 39 years old. You know, I was ready to conquer the world. We were excited about being there. Had a history of being the youth pastor, so we there several years earlier. So we were enthusiastic. We were excited, and so anyway, the first Sunday of 1996, I got up, and I can't remember how many it was, but my vision for 1996, and I had like some incredible, I see 500 things happening in 1996. It was some outrageous number, and I preached a vision casting message, and we were off and running, and all of that didn't come true, obviously. But a lot of it did because I simply spoke it and believed it, and it caught on. So I'm big on vision, and I hope that you've got a vision for this year. Last year, I don't know if you had it, but it would have been a layup to say 2020 vision for 2020. I don't know a good rhyme for 2021, but I hope and pray that you've got a vision. I've got a vision for the North Central region. And I'll be sharing some of that perhaps as we go forward. But I really see a lot of my passion is to make sure your vision comes true, especially our pastors. You are the front lines. You're where the action is. And I see more of the regional office. It's not about my vision. It's about facilitating what God wants to do in your life. And so I want to talk to you about that for just a moment. And here's kind of the thesis that I want to share with you. Go easy on the predictions, go big on the vision. And I hope that you will, even on Sunday, I hope that you will share maybe a vision casting message. And you can word it this way: this is what I see. You go easy on the predictions, but go big on the vision. This is what I see for 2021, and begin to speak into the lives of your people. Because you see, a vision is not a prediction. It's not a guarantee. When you say, this is what I see, this is my vision for 2021, you're not prophesying. You're not making a guaranteed statement. You haven't even necessarily been to the mountain, and God has come down and given you this divine revelation. A vision is what you see happening in light of the knowledge and faith that you currently have. I ran across this the other day, Romans 12. Paul's talking about spiritual gifts, and I don't know, somehow I had missed this, but he said, then having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, let us use them. And then the very first one he mentioned is kind of interesting to me. If the very first, he said, if prophecy, and then catch this, let us prophesy in proportion to our faith. And so there he's given a little wiggle room. And it would appear, and I don't want to get off on a theological debate here, but it would appear that there is a difference between having the office of a prophet, as in the Old Testament, and having the spiritual gift of prophecy. You have a little wiggle room, I guess. You prophesy in proportion to your faith. Weak faith, don't make bold statements. Big faith, make big statements. But anyway, I want you to go easy on predictions. We've learned, if anything, 2020's taught us we're not as in control as we think we should, or we think we would like to be. This is a crazy world out there, and we don't know what's going to happen in 2021 either. But because of our faith in God, and because of our faith in our people, and because of our faith in ourselves, we can have a vision. I can see me doing that. I can see us doing that. I can see us working together. I can see that happening. And you can begin to share your vision. Now, that leads me to really, I win if this happens. This is what I pray will happen for you this year. I want to encourage you to work on two things. I want to see two things happen. Number one, grow yourself. Your vision will grow. Your ability to make that vision come true. Your ability to make predictions. We can make predictions. I said go easy, go light on the predictions, but don't stop making predictions. Make commitments. But your vision, your ability to even make predictions, it will increase as you grow. It's like climbing a mountain. We know this, but it's like climbing. The higher you go, the further you can see. And so invest in yourself. I want to strongly encourage you as a pastor, as a minister, or whoever else is listening to this. I want to encourage you to grow yourself. Spend time. Here are the 3 R's. And I know there's other ways, but read, reflect, and respond. And it's so easy to take the shortcut, and we're driving down the road, we're listening to a podcast, or we're jogging and we're multitasking, and we're on our treadmill, or we're out walking and we're listening to a book, and those things are good. But when you sit down and you devote time, you're at your workbench and you're going to craft something. You're not crafting a beautiful, say you're a wood crafter like Mike Hance out there in Kalispell is doing some incredible work. But Brother Mike, you're not going to be multitasking over here doing this and that and the other, and you're making some special, exquisite piece of furniture that you're making for your wife or for a friend. You're going to focus. You're going to stay focused on just doing that. And that's where reading comes in, really reading to learn and study. So you read and you reflect on what you've read, and then you respond. What am I going to do? What system am I going to create? How am I going to tweak my life and apply this? I'm not just reading to gain knowledge, but I'm reading to learn how to increase my skill set, how to become a better person. I've included in the notes that I'm going to hand out, send to those that are on my mailing list, my email list, and those of you, if you get this on a blog, if you read this through my blog, just send me a request, and I'll add you to what I would call my mentoring email list that I sent out as well, and I'll include, I'll send you a copy of this. But I'm out of honestly hundreds of books that I've read over the years. I went through the last several years, and I've whittled down my top 10 reading list that I'm going to include for you this year. And you can get these, you can get them through Amazon. You can get, there's a section where you can get used books. You could probably get all 10 of these for $50 or so if you're willing to buy a used book, and they're usually always in good condition. No need to buy a new book, or you can buy the new book or the Kindle app or whatever ebook you read. But these are my top 10 books, and just to of course I've got other books I could recommend for preaching and apologetics and biographies and history and all kinds of stuff. But these are top 10 books to help you with your personal growth. And that's just a good place to start. And so these are books that have had a huge impact in my life. But I want you to grow yourself, read, reflect on what you've read, and respond. What am I going to do about what I've read? How is this going to change me? What can I do to implement what I have learned. And I said there were two things that I want you to focus on, or I would encourage you to focus on in 2021. And first is grow yourself. And then second is grow your people. Now, I didn't say grow your church, grow your people. Help them thrive. Figure out what you can do to help them grow. I learned this years ago from Zig Ziglar. This goes all the way back in the 80s. The early 80s, he wrote a book, See You at the Top. And the thesis of the book was for salesmen, but we are salesmen in the ministry. It's just, I like to read books on sales because it's what we are in a lot of ways. And he said, if you help enough people get what they want in life, oddly enough, you'll get what you want in life. And that's really a Christian worldview. Serving, the greatest among us are the servants. And so help your people thrive. It's so easy, if we're not careful, Pastor, we'll get in this frame of mind that we're trying to get our people to do what we want them to do to help the church or to push our agenda. And we have this vision for the church. We have this vision, and it usually has to do with growth and buildings and programs and things that are of interest to us. And those things matter, but the people are interested in their lives. What can we do to help them thrive? And if we'll help enough people thrive and grow, the church and you will get what you want. Your dreams will come true. The church will grow. But when we do it through a heart of serving them. And so here's three questions. And I'll send these notes to you, so I don't want to belabor the point. But questions to ask. What do I see for my people? What could they be? It's so easy to see people for what they can do for us, or to maybe see a troublemaker or a person that has a troubled life, and we see what they are, and we stop seeing what they could be. But I believe because you're there, God sent you there for a purpose, and because you're there, their life can be better. So ask yourself, what do I see for my people? A second question is, what does a win look like for them? I wished I'd asked these questions earlier in my life. It took me a long time to realize ministry wasn't about me. It wasn't about growing the church. It was about growing people. And so what does a win look like for them when they show up? I have different restaurants that I like to go to for specific reasons. I like to go to Cracker Barrel. Every once in a while, I'll get a hankering for some good pinto beans and collard greens, and they have a wonderful grilled cheese sandwich. And that's why I go. When I go there, and I'm sure another one that comes to mind is Dave's Barbecue there in Bismarck. And they have a great barbecue sandwich. I just love their barbecue sandwich. And so when I go there, like I'll switch over to Dave's Barbecue. The last time I went there, they've completely revamped the restaurant, which was fine. But they've revamped the way they do it. I don't know if it has to do with COVID or whatever. And so that's fine. But there's some corporate executive at Dave's Barbecue, wherever it is. There's these corporate executives at Cracker Barrel, and they're making plans to open restaurants over there. Maybe they're coming to your town, and that's fine. They have a job to do. But when I go to Cracker Barrel, I want some good pinto beans and collard greens and a good grilled cheese sandwich. When I go to Dave's Barbecue, I'm not interested. I'm not impressed that they're switching furniture around or they're opening a franchise over across the state or in another state or another country. I'm not interested, that their stock price is going up or down. I want my barbecue sandwich. And I want, that's a win for me. A win for them is going to be entirely different, but a win for me is my good barbecue sandwich. What is a win for your people? Week after week, as you serve them and help them to win, I promise you, you're a win. There's a third question. What do I see for my people? What does a win look like? And then what can I contribute? What can I do to help them win and to help them make heaven their home? And if you'll stay focused on those 3 questions, what do I see for my people? What could they be? And what does a win look like for them? And how can I contribute to them winning and making heaven their home? And if you'll do that, if you'll grow yourself, grow your people, I will be so bold as to make this prediction. 2021 will be a good year. Of course, there's going to be challenges. We're not out of the high weeds yet on this COVID deal. Our nation is still in turmoil. We've got to transfer power here in just a few days. And I don't know how that's going to go. Not making any predictions, but it's just antsy. We're all a little nervous. And there's so many swirling emotions. But as I grow, I've been around the block a few times, and I have a deep faith in God. My life, your life, the destiny of our churches, of our nation, of this world is in the hand of God. And as I've grown over the years, I have a vision that is bigger and better. And I want the same for you. It's going to be a great year in the North Central region. We're going to run to win. We're not going to give up. We're not going to lag. We're going to press like we've never done before, because we believe that God is still God and his plans will not be thwarted or stopped. Nothing that comes against us is bigger than God. And so whether it's the North Central region or wherever this goes or anywhere in the world, God bless you. I pray that you have a blessed and happy new year. We'll see you around the bend. Let's keep running to win.